got the hole dug, and I repurposed some of the gravel that came out of the old leach field that I had. Washed it down, washed the sand out of it, and refilled it. Got roughly about 6 inches of gravel at the bottom. Then I went ahead and I'm going to go with 4 crates. I bound them together with some stainless steel wire that I had. And then we're going to place that in there. First, we're going to wrap it in remake cloth. And we'll be back and show you what that looks like when we get ready to place it in the hole. I ended up getting 4 crates. I got them bound together with some stainless steel baling wire. I've got this area here. These 4 crates make up. It's 22 inches long, 13 inches wide, and 26 inches high. It translates to about 4.3 cubic feet, or it would end up holding approximately 32 gallons of water in that void in that area. So now what I'm going to do is I got a roll of remake cloth. I'm going to wrap it and tape that off, and then we're going to put it in the hole that I prepared for it. We're going to end up running a line and actually probably cutting a hole right here, run an 1.5 inch line with an elbow down to feed down into the crates. That's what we're going to do next, and we'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, we're back now. Got the crates all wrapped up like a Christmas tree. I use this remake cloth, or if you want to call it septic tank Drainfield cloth. Now you can use landscape cloth, is pretty much the same thing if that's the only thing available. This just happened to be something, bought a large roll a long time ago, so I've had it on hand for a long time. Used a little bit here and there, so didn't think it really made much sense to go buy landscape cloth when I already had this. But now got that all nicely wrapped, and we're going to go ahead and cut a hole somehow right about there and get it set in the hole and get it ready to backfill with gravel. Okay, we got the hole cut for the pipe, and really it's pretty easy. You just had to use a utility knife to cut the fabric out where I wanted the hole, and just use some diangular pliers here. It's pretty easy just to snip around and cut the piece out. Now I got a nice hole right there ready for the pipe to feed into, and we'll get this set up in the hole and see what it looks like and go ahead and get it piped up. Okay, I've got it roughed in right now. I've run the drain line. It's not glued up. Just wanted to see what it was going to look like and kind of do a dry fit. And that's pretty much the way it's going to be situated. Now I've got to put my rock around it, and I did not calculate how much rock was going to go in there in the beginning. Just bought 12 bags because I get a discount per bag if I bought at least 12. So I figured I'd start with 12 bags. Now I'm going to kind of calculate how much I'm going to need. First of all, I need to know how much rock is in each bag, and as you can see, it's 0.5 cubic feet per bag, or a half cubic feet. So therefore I've got 12 bags. That gives me 12 times 0.5 gives me 6 cubic feet. And now I've got to know how many cubic feet it's going to take, net cubic feet it's going to take to fill around that tank. As you know, we're not going to put rock inside the tank, only around it. So I need to know the net cubic feet. And first thing I need to know is the width, length, and depth of the hole. And basically it is 40 long, 32 wide, and 22 inches deep up to the top of the tank. We're not going to go over the top of it, just up to flush with the top. So I've actually calculated it, but the way you calculate it, you multiply the inches, length, width, and depth in inches together, divide by 1,728 inches per cubic foot, then write that figure down. Then we want to know how many cubic feet is just in the tank, because we're going to subtract that. So we do the width, length, depth of the tank, and I've already calculated that as well. Now you subtract the cubic inches of the tank, or the crate system, subtract it from the cubic inches of the hole, and you take that answer, divide by 1,728. That will give you the number of cubic feet, and I've calculated it at 11.22 cubic feet, which is roughly almost 24 bags. So basically 22 bags of rock, and I've gotten 12. So I'll need to go get at least 10 more, but I'll probably go ahead and buy 12 more. But we're going to go ahead and fill it up with the 12 we have and see how close to accurate that is. Okay, I've got the PVC pipe glued up. It's pretty much straightforward. I did not want to bore with details about fitting up 8 feet of pipe. But anyway, I've already dumped about 6 of the bags of gravel, and looks like I'm probably going to be on target the way I figured. That'll probably, another 6 will get me about halfway, or maybe a little over halfway, which is about exactly what I figured. 11 bags, 6 will give me a little over half. What I used, the gravel I used is called pond pebbles, mainly because it was the cheapest there, but also pretty large. But that's what I used. Got it at Home Depot, less than $5 a bag. After I bought 12, gave me about 70 or 80 cents a bag discount. But anyway, that gives you an idea how large the pebbles are. Got one big piece right there. They just vary from relatively small to medium to large to really large. And I think that'll work. Coarser the better, I think. You can figure the gravel will displace about 66 to 67% of the volume. The rest will be water. I calculated this field and tank should hold around 90 gallons of water at any given time. So anyway, we'll come back when we get a little closer, and we'll actually run some water down it and see how that works out. Okay, we've got all 12 bags dumped in there, and went back to Home Depot to get about 11 or 12 more bags, and they were actually out of the pond pebbles. So I ran to Lowe's and I bought, it's called Drainfield rock. Probably what I should have bought to start with, but anyway, any kind of large rocks will work like that. So I bought 11 more bags. I think that should get me up to flush with the top of the crate system there. And then when we get that done, we'll come back and see what that looks like and what the next step will be. Okay, I got the rest of the bags in there. This is what it looks like. I probably should have bought that 12 bag I was contemplating, but it's not quite flush up to the top, but that's okay. It's not going to be critical. Biggest thing is you don't want to pile any rock on top of the crate system there. You just want to keep it flush and keep it off the top. Now, I do have a little bit of rock elsewhere, I think, that I can probably fill in. A little bit shy on that side. But anyway, the next step, we're going to put the Drainfield cloth on top to seal that off. And another thing too, just a tip, I've seen a lot of people will, after they dig the hole, before they start filling it, install the crate system and fill it with rock. A lot of people will line the sides and the bottom with the Drainfield cloth. And usually that might be an okay idea to kind of keep dirt from backwashing into the gravel. But I found in the case of a wash machine, that's may not be a good idea. A lot of the times I've seen where washing machines will, the water from the wash machines with the detergent will actually form kind of a slimy sludge on the drain fill cloth and actually cause it to seal and not perk into the ground. So in the case of a wash machine, I really just don't want to line the hole with the drain fill cloth. I'm a little nervous about that. And I have noticed that on septic tank drain fills, they do not do that either. They put the rock right in the ground. So, and then run the pipe over the top of it, and then ground over or rock over the top of the pipe. And so anyway, that's pretty much the way I did here. Did not line the hole with any drain fill cloth. Just going to put drain fill cloth over the top of the gravel and the crate and everything. And we come back, we'll show you how that looks. And then from there, we'll be ready to backfill on top of that with the dirt, and we'll be done with it. Okay, this is what it looks after I ran the cloth. And maybe a little overkill. I don't know. I don't think so. But my cloth is only 2 feet wide that I had. And so what I did is I ran 2 overlapping strips this way, the lengthways, 2 of them overlapping. Then I ran 2 overlapping strips widthways. And then I did a crisscross across here, like an X, in the shape of an X, across one corner and across the other. And right now, this is what it looks like before we're going to backfill. And getting ready to backfill with dirt on top of the cloth and get the job site cleaned up. We've already checked it out. Drains really good. And I expect that we'll probably drain for many years to come. And we also, after we backfill it about halfway with dirt, then I've got 2 20-inch by 20-inch stones, square stones, that we're going to put right over the top. So sort of, we'll cover that up with dirt, but that'll pretty much mark the spot where it is. So if later on I need to do anything, I'll be able to locate it pretty easily. The rock will be just, the stones will be just 2 or 3 inches below the surface, so should be able to find the spot of this leach field whenever I get it finished, if I ever need to find it. Hopefully I won't, and I'll never have to touch this one again. Anyway, we're going to get this backfilled and show you what that looks like when we get finished. Okay, we have it partially backfilled, and went ahead and set the 2 20 by 20 stones on top of the drain system. So if we ever need to access it again, I'll be able to actually hone in exactly where I have it. And anyway, got that set. That's still going to allow for about 3 inches of dirt over the top of the stone so that grass can grow back, and it pretty much gets back to looking normal by next spring, summer. Anyway, that pretty much concludes our project. If y'all have anything to add, just add at the bottom, and we'll take any instruction from any of you guys that maybe knows a little more than I do about it. It's always a good thing to learn new stuff from anybody who contributes suggestions. But thank you very much for watching.